I got called actually into the principal's office for a Morbid Angel shirt.
Now, first question for the both of you. Can you remember what record that you had when you were young upset your parents the most?
That upset my parents the most?
Yeah.
That's actually a hard one because my parents introduced me to Black Sabbath at a very young age, and also Led Zeppelin and Mata Hoople, etc. But I think the first one that might have freaked them out was Venom, black metal.
Why was it, do you think?
Because I had it on vinyl, and of course it makes no sense to my parents, you know, and it's very garage, it's very fast. And I would play that very, very, very loud, and I had it on vinyl. I played it repeatedly. And same with Merciful Fate, Don't Break the Oath, were two ones. My mom would get so irritated, and my dad, with those two records, and I was obsessed with them, and then they're still two of my favorite records to this day.
But your parents were pretty liberal when it comes to that?
They were like, they just didn't get it. They were like, just turn that shit off. You know, it's like, it's just nothing but noise.
You were on the edge. And
yeah.
What's for you there?
Oh, I lived in the, Bible Belt of North Carolina. My parents hated anything and everything. I remember I just covered my walls, and I had Iron Maiden posters, Motley Crue posters, just, I used to etch pentagrams into my notebooks. I didn't know what the hell it even meant, and I thought it meant rock and roll. And, I remember I had the Shout at the Devil album with the pentagram on it, and they saw that, and my parents, I remember one day I fell asleep on the couch watching Headbangers Ball, and my parents woke up watching some type of religious show, and I went in my room and they tore everything off my walls, took all of my cassettes from me, took my radio from me, and told me that I was going to hell and that it was devil music, and they don't, and to this day they don't remember doing that, but that's what started it all. So thanks, Mom, thanks, Dad.
Did you ever get something from it back, or was it all trashed?
I got it right here. This is what I got back from it. It was just, that was they started this whole thing.
But what did that do to you? I mean, as a kid, or
I just got pissed off, and I just got into it even more, and then I started wanting to learn how to play it, instead of just listening to it, being a fan. I wanted to be part of it, and my brother took me to see Motley Crue. It was my first concert, and that was like, I'm going to do that one day. I will be on stage like that one day, and I never let that dream die, and I've still, to this day, that's what I do.
But the region where you're from, wasn't that Christian?
Oh,
or
our area?
Yeah.
In Des Moines? Oh, it definitely is. It's more Catholic than it is Christian, and the church that I went to when I was really young, Presbyterian. So it's definitely very religious there. It still is. There's a church almost on, almost every other block, especially kind of like on the outskirts of where my house is. Once I come into town, it's very, very, very religious, actually.
Do you think that these kind of areas are a good breeding ground when it comes for music you make?
I think so. It was for me. I
didn't have a bad childhood.
Yeah. My childhood was great. I'm just saying, just being in that area and just being around it, and then once when you're in that area and you're 15, 16 years old and you dye your hair black, you pretty much stand out pretty quick where I come from, and I've been kind of the freak weirdo kind of guy in my area forever. So that was, that was a thing that's, and the reaction, people were going, oh, you're weird, that just made me want to do it even more. So yeah, it definitely fueled it.
But do you think these kinds of towns where that is, do you think now, this day and age, that's become a little bit better? Or is it still the same and very strict? And
I don't know. I'm such an alien, pretty much like in the city that I live in. All the guys in Slipknot are. The more that I found out, the school that I went to, the more darker stuff that I was attracted to. I wasn't getting this from anyone. I was finding this stuff on my own, and I was obsessed with it. Anything that was dark and push buttons was evil. And I got called actually into the principal's office for a Morbid Angel shirt. This is right when Altars of Madness came out, trying to tell me not to wear that. My mom, being as cool as she is, went up and totally ripped the fucking principal a new asshole. He can wear whatever he wants. But I was strictly, that's all I did. I didn't eat school lunch for 4 years straight because I was so involved with everything that was going on in early thrash, early black metal in 1993, 94 when the death metal scene came out. I'd go directly to my locker every time school lunch was and just put my headphones on. I just wait till I got out of school because I wanted to learn every aspect of every record that I was buying at that time.